All right, turn 5. So these guys are going to be reloading. And these guys are going to fire when they have the opportunity to fire. They'll wait until somebody gets as close as they can. The pike units are essentially guarding counter charge when charged, or say they see one of their fellow units charged. This medium horse is going to attempt to charge this unit here, try to turn the flank. These two units signal each other to coordinate to try to hit the arquebuses in the middle. They want to try to take the arquebuses out, plus they're trying to avoid the pikes. And they're also going to signal the light horse, instead of turning and wheeling and coming around with bows, to turn direct fire and charge in after them on the next turn. So, doing the move. Let's see if they will reach. They have. Well, let's see. Well, I don't even think they can reach. No, they cannot charge. Yeah, they can charge this one. Because they get. No. Because their normal movement is down to 9. So their charge is going to give them another 3 on top of that. 12. So yeah, they'd be way short. So they're just moving in to attack. They'll move in this direction. So there is no charge. So there won't be any movement on this count. They'll just be firing as they try to move in. And these guys will turn. That'll be a half move so they can fire once. This time they're going to target arquebuses here and here. All right, so they're going to move in this direction. Here they'd lose a quarter of their move on that oblique. So let's move back. They lose 2 inches off of that, a little more than 2 inches, so they can get to there. That should give them enough to charge next turn. Yeah, they can just charge. All right. So they will. So here they turn this way, so they will pivot. No, they'll pivot that way. That's their facing. They will be able to move their full move up, slightly off. And then they will turn. So these arquebuses will be firing on them. These others are reloading. And these units will fire there and there. So they'll do 9 damage. Again, that's not enough to trigger a instability check for either of these units. It comes up 1 short doing that. So now the arquebus fire here as they do the pass through. Let's see what the range is. Let's see if it's close to a different range. All right. It's going to be. That's within 12, so that's the next band. And they will be. They'll still be at long range. So they're 5s and 6s. They are 4s and 6s. Double check that. Yep, 4s to 6. So 5s and 6s, 4 plus for them, 4, 5, or 6. So we'll do the ones on the end first. 5. See, they were 21, so take 3 out. Three more, so that's 8. And there's still the full 30. Hitting on 4s. That's 4 more, that's 12. That's 2. And 6 more. And that's 3 more. So 17. So that's going to cut them below half, so they will have to do an instability check. The instability check for medium horse is at 50%. They need a 7 or better, and they're good. Alright, so these guys will have all reloaded. They will have to reload for the next turn. In this group, the 2 light horse they used half their move on the turn, so they can use their remaining move to set themselves up for a charge. Next turn. Alright. So we'll deal with it. We have to add their movement. And so after they move next turn, these light horse will be fatigued. Alright, turn 6. These groups are reloading. The pike units will be countercharging, and the remaining arquebus units will fire. We're going to have charges here. I don't think they can charge there, so they'll charge there, 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 and there. So there's not enough pikes to intercept them all. These will intercept. Since this unit is untouched, they'll try to intercept that unit. So let's do our moves. So their charge is 12, so half is 6. So they're not going to be able to quite get there. Well, yeah, they can do up to 45 degrees, so 6. And this group is going to try to intercept. I don't think they're going to get there. So their counter charge would be 4.5. I believe that's right, their charge. Because their charge doesn't increase. No, their charge will be 6. So they're not going to get there because that group will be gone by the time they get there. So they have no choice but to countercharge this group. So their charge would be 13.5, so 7.5. And then half of theirs is 3. So they will meet So we're going to have firing on here. Say they can fire on there as they're moving up. And they will fire on them, but these two groups will not be able to. All right, so arquebus fire. See here, these two groups are untouched, so they will still have their full 30. Oh, that's a D20. All right. So, well, let's check the range. How close are we? Short range would be 6, within 6. So are they within 6? No, but they're medium range. They are within 6. They are within 6. So these two are short range. They will hit on 3s or better. No, 2s are better. So these groups will hit on 2s or better. These groups will hit on 4s or better. And I was doing them first, so 4s or better. We got 3, 4, 5. Fours are better. So that's 6 more. That's 2 more. And this second group, three more. That's 7 more. And then 2 more on top of that. So 25 out of 30. See, I think I said they couldn't reach them. Or did I? Let's see what they're still within 6. Yeah, okay, they can. All right. Go ahead and mark them as needing to reload. These two have reloaded, but they may not get to fire again. Now these two will shoot. This is at close range, so 2s are better. That is 11. There, I didn't roll that one. 12. No, wait. No, 11. Okay. There's one miss in there. All right. Again, just one miss, so that's 11 more, so that's 22. And 6 more. And that is 6. So 28 out of, well, no, they were already damaged, so they just got annihilated. This unit was just destroyed in a blast of gunpowder. And finally them. Uh-oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, they were only supposed to fire 15. Let's see, how many did they have left? They had They had 19 left. So, all right, so the first group was 11. The second group was 11 out of 12. So that there should have only been, no, let's see, how many we got? 21. All right, so there were 22 of the first 24 were hits. So we shouldn't have fired 3 of those. So we'll take 3 hits off. So that will be 19. And this is 19. So yeah, they still go bye-bye. All right. Now this is 30. No. All right. I really screwed something up, didn't I? Nope. That was the third one. This is the fourth one. All right. Here we go. And they are still full 30. Yep. All right. This is close range as well. So that is 9. That is all but 1, so 11. So that runs it up to 20. And 5 more. So 25 out of 30. So that's all the arquebus fire. Oh, we may need that for melee. All right, so finishing up the charges. These will hit. These will hit. These will hit. They missed their guy because he just got annihilated, but they will continue their charge nonetheless, and this group will make contact. Now these two groups need to make instability checks. They need a 7 or better. So first we'll go for this group. They did not make it, and then we'll go for this group, and they made it. All right, so this group got blasted and said, the heck with all that. So now we have 3 melees. These are pikes. So these guys cannot hit back because their weapons are not long enough. So we'll do a round of melee with these guys. There are 2 across 15. Two ranks of 15. So they are, these are the medium horse, these are the 2 light horse. So against medium horse, heavy foot rolls 1 die per 2 hitting on 6s, but because they have pikes, they get an extra die per man. So you're going to have, let's see what we got. We got only 5 left. So it'll be 10 on 5, and they will get 1 per 2. So for 10, that would be 3, and then an additional die per man. No, that's not the way it works. So the front rank 5, so 1 per 2 would be 2, but an additional 1 per man would be an additional 5. So they're going to roll 7 dice, and they're looking for 6s. And they didn't get any. So now, the morale, neither side lost any. Both have 5 remaining. So both those numbers are 0, which just leaves the value. We have 5 medium horse times 8 is 40. And here we have 30 heavy foot times 5 is 150. So 40 to 150, that's a difference of 110. This group surrenders. So now these guys will be, we have 12. So you will have 12 attacking, and 1 per 2 will be 6 dice, and then an additional die per man will be 12 more for a total of 18. So I'll roll these and then roll 6 more, looking for 6s. 1 6 2 6 3 6 4 6, and then that will give us 6 more to roll, and 2 more 6s. So they lose 6 out of 13. Let's see, 6 out of 13, that should be, should roll 1 more die. Okay. All right, so 6 losses. So 6 out of 13 will leave 7. So now we do the calculations again. They have 30, so that's going to be 150. And they have 7 for light horse times 6 is 42. So 42 to 150, that's already 100 now. Even when you add the losses, that'll be more. So they surrender. So now this group here, it's the same thing except for they actually have 21. So they have a full frontage of 15. So that's going to be 15 divided by 2 is 7, plus 1 per man. That's a total of 22 dice that they will be rolling. So that's 12. They got 2 hits, and 10 more will make 22. And that's 2 more hits. So 4 hits off of them. So they'll go from 21 down to 17. So they lost 4 times the die roll. That's going to be 16 for them. They had 15 versus 15. They lost 4, so they have 11 remaining. They had 15 remaining, so that'll be 4. So another 4, that'll be 20. So we'll just put that there, 20 for them. And then the multiplier, we have our 17 times 6. So 10 times 6 is 60. And 7 times 6 is 42. So 102. So that's going to be $82 now in their favor. And then 30 heavy foot times 5 is 150. Subtract the 82 will be 68, which is a result of this group retreats 1 move with their backs to the enemy. So 1 move for them will be 12 inches, or 12 centimeters in this case. And then turn them around that way. So surrendered. Now this group went from 21 to 17, which is not enough for an instability. They would have to drop down to 15 to have an instability check. So at this point, if this group doesn't rally, they're going to keep running, and none of these units can catch them. And even if they do rally, they would probably just leave the battlefield. So I think we'll call this over after 6 turns. And it was pretty much a total wipeout. You know what I didn't do? We had cavalry charge, but they were not charging those units. That's an interesting question. Let me check the rules. Alright, so since they were moving into a charge, they would be in the charge. It just says, in order to withstand a charge by mounted men, the defending unit must check morale. If both units are charging, both check morale. So these 2 units are charging each other. These 2 units were charging each other. These 2 units were charging each other. So mainly, I'm going to check morale for them because, well, they're the ones that are inflicting all the casualties. Alright, so let's start over here. This is one that probably makes the most difference one way or the other because, well, no, actually, these would be the biggest units charging. So let's see. We got medium horse, and they are charging heavy foot. So heavy foot charged by medium need an 8, but they're +1 because they were also charging. 11 they passed. Alright, so would they pass? So they are being charged by medium as well. Well, actually the only it only lists attacking unit light, medium, or heavy, but it says that horse get 2 to the die roll. I wonder if horse being charged by foot actually have to make a check. I'm going to say no, since it lists attacking unit as light, medium, heavy, and not light, heavy, armored, which is the designation for foot. I'm going to say that only applies to cavalry charging. All right, so they are being charged by light, and they are also heavy foot. So they need a 7 or better. They are +1. 7, they're good. Same here. 7 or better. +1. 7, they rolled 7, so they were good by 1. So the combat stands. All the losses stand, and they are retreating off the battlefield. So that was kind of the advantage of cavalry, is they have that charge advantage. But the pikes and the arquebuses seem to be more of an even. If you can withstand your morale, withstand the losses, as most of these units did that had to check because of instability, because of losses, they do a lot of damage. And and these guys, well, they annihilated that unit, so they wouldn't have had to. Yeah, the way I'm doing, I was before in previous videos. You probably saw me, as soon as they declared the charge and started moving, I had them roll. Now I'm letting them, if there's a chance for them to be fired upon in missile fire, that will take place before the charge effect takes place. In this case, it made a difference because they were able to annihilate that unit before it had a chance to make contact. So that's it. I wasn't sure with the cavalry charge factor how that would go. I think this is a scenario that could be lopsided either way. If the arquebuses don't roll well, if the infantry overall don't roll well on their charges, on the checks against charge, on the morale checks against charge, on the morale checks because they're being pelted by bows, it could easily have been a situation where almost all these units were still on the field and all of these were gone. Mostly due to running away. But that's why we play the game. So I hope you enjoyed it.